Hi, and welcome to the Pain-Free Living Summit, where I have invited my guest, Krysti Turznik, to join me today. A little bit about Krysti Turznik is she's a motivational speaker, author, life coach, who serves as a trusted guide on topics of mindset, motivation, and meditation. She shows audiences how to leverage the scientific and spiritual principles that respond to their mindset, overcome self-sabotage, and harness their innate power and intentionally and purposely create a life that they don't need to escape from. She entertains, motivates, and inspires, leaving her audience with tools and the desire to implement personal changes required to live a healthier and happier and more fulfilling life. Her #1 best-selling book, The Mindset Magic, Using Scientific and Spiritual Principles to Create Your Life, has been endorsed by Michael Beckwith. You would know him from The Secret. She holds a master's degree in metaphysics, a bachelor of science degree in biology and metaphysics, is an ordained minister, and a consulting hypnotist who has been helping people improve their lives for nearly 2 decades. She lives in Wisconsin with her husband, daughter, and 4 cats. She's also been featured on selfgrowth.com, The Huffington Post, News Talk 147, Natural Awakenings, The News Press, The Daily News, and many others. I'd really like to invite you all to enjoy her interview with me. I'm Renee Harrison, your host for the Pain-Free Living Summit. Hi, Krysti. I'm so glad to meet you. It's been like a month since we met in the same circle in our speaking group, and I can't wait to meet you in real life in May. So it'll be fantastic. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm so happy to be here. It's going to be such a great topic that we're going to be having today.
Absolutely. Yes, mindset and meditation is something that I myself have really embraced to help me move forward in a pain-free living life. And so I have some questions on how you got started. Can you fill us in on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So for as long as I can remember, I didn't believe in myself. I didn't feel that I had very much to offer, and I really took those negative feelings to heart. Mm-hmm. So when I was 17 years old, I was diagnosed actually with a heart condition that required lifelong medication and behavioral adjustments. So for a while, about 5 years or so, I settled into this life that really wasn't who I wanted to be. It was what I call more like a half life. And at some point, I really felt like I had to make a choice where it was that I was going to be who I knew that I wasn't going to be, or I had to claim something more. So I started to do a lot of introspection and trying to figure out, like, why on earth do I have this heart condition? Like, could I have caused or manifested this to come within my life? I didn't think that I would want something like that, but when I started to dive into all of the causes for it, I realized that there was a very intimate connection between my needing to feel loved and important and have people show me attention and affection. And I wasn't getting that in the ways that I thought that I needed to, but when I had this heart condition, people sure showed up for me. So as I started to heal all of my internal issues, the heart condition itself actually resolved. So I learned very intimately at a very young age that there is tremendous power in the mind-body connection, and that when you align yourself with who it is that you're supposed to be, who it is that you feel called to be, that you can start to move out of the painful life that you may have been experiencing and create something that is more magical, where the miracles can start to be created.
Mm-hmm. Oh, excellent. Okay, another question that I was thinking is in regards to mindset and the impacts of the experiences that or the things that we experience. We have a story, that runs. And so what, can you explain or fill out some more detail for us on how that mindset gets in the way of the stories we tell ourselves?
Absolutely. Yeah, all of the thoughts and the beliefs that we tell ourselves are immediately going to be accepted by our deepest part of our mind, the subconscious mind. There is no filter within the subconscious. So every time that you think a thought, the body is immediately acting upon that. So there is that immediately corresponding response with that. So the more that you can gain a greater awareness of what it is that you're thinking and whether or not those particular thoughts are going to be helping you to move forward towards the goal that you want for yourself, or if you're really getting in your own way. The sooner you have that recognition, the easier it is for you to really decide, first of all, how much am I getting in my own way and what do I need to do to shift it? And then once you really know where you're going, you have the ability to start taking action and moving towards those things that you say that you want for yourself. So it's definitely important that you need to make sure that your story that you're telling yourself is one of power. It's one of confidence and belief in yourself so that you can achieve these great things that are waiting for you.
Yes, I get in my own way several times. So, yeah. Another question I have is some of the practical tools that we can use right away when we're starting to get connected deeply with ourselves. Could you give us some tips on some of those tools that you offer?
Absolutely. I think one of the greatest ones is the one that we had talked about, is really just that awareness of what you have going on, your internal dialogue, and making sure that you're being your best cheerleader for that. And then in tandem with that is really getting into your deepest space and having that time for connecting with your deepest self. So meditation is very good, just kind of stepping away from all of that, or even self-hypnosis. That's another good way of really connecting. So a lot of times people get kind of tangled up in, I don't feel like I can do the meditation or the hypnosis because they have all of these thoughts that are going on. But if you have the ability to get engrossed into a book or a movie and everything else around you just kind of goes away, that's really the same kind of attention that you'll need for either of those practices. And it's really just allowing your mind to have that opportunity to start focusing inward and give yourself that space to start doing some affirmations for increasing whatever it is that you want, what kind of ability or the things that you want for yourself, or the mantras to help you get into that proper state of connecting with your deeper self and achieving all of your goals.
You've reminded me of something, getting into a different state. I've heard this, several times bandied around in the circles that I move in. So like a different brainwave state or getting in the zone is another way that they've described that. So that's what you're talking about, is getting into a different state?
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a lot of physiology. For example, the way that you can essentially force your mind into a relaxed state of mind. It's a very quick intro into like a self-hypnosis technique, but the way that you would do it is you would take a deep breath in and hold it, and then roll your eyes up as though you're trying to look through the top of your forehead. And then with your eyes rolled up, you gently lower your eyelids, and it feels very uncomfortable. But you hold that tension for just a few moments, and then as you relax, you physically feel a wave of relaxation like flow over your entire body, and that wave is your brain slowing down, shifting into what's called the alpha state, which is where a lot of the affirmations can start to go deep into the subconscious. So you don't have to get into a very deep monk-like state of inner focus that we all associate with, with those meditations or those sort of things. But really just, if you imagine yourself coming home after a hard day at work and, you want to relax a little bit, maybe you pop on the couch or you turn on TV or you turn on some nice music and you start to unwind. That is a state that is putting you into what's called that alpha state, just a lower, slower brain frequency where you can get more in touch with who it is that you are, and your body can start to synchronize a little bit more, so it can start to rest and repair and rejuvenate itself, as opposed to all of the stress and the alertness that it always had to participate in as you went throughout the day.
And getting in that state is also, it helps the body to heal too when you're in that relaxed state too. So the win-win all around. I was just thinking, if we're speakers, and so doing that, eyes up into the top of the head would be very helpful just before going on stage for a stage fright.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes, absolutely.
Good tip. Well, thank you. I'll remember that to use that next time. Also, in your book, I have some, if you don't mind, I have a couple of reviews that I pulled off, and these people are just like gushing about the book, Mindset Magic. So if you don't mind, I'd like to read them out and just ask you a little bit about what you had said in there too. This one's from Deborah Lightheart. She says, wow, just wow. This book just floored me. Insightful, incredible insights, powerful exercises to practice. I've always loved Krysti's hypnosis work. She's helped me to create such a profound shift in my life. As I explore her writing, it has really brought home all of the personal process, and I can feel my soul expand as I read through it. Thank you, Krysti, for lighting the path for all of us. Your book should be a suggested reading list for everyone who wants to make a change in their life, which is basically everyone.
Right.
That's awesome. And from Tally Hayden, Krysti Turznik takes you on an incredible journey of how science and spirituality work to create amazing magic in your life. Reading this book will provide you with a deeper understanding of how the many universal laws can work for you. She provides the explanation of why we may be working against you, or they may be working against you, pardon me, and what to do to shift that. She blends practical with the outer limits principles and gives you the recipe to create mindset magic. It's a book that I've already used with my clients as their manifest mentor and life coach, because Krysti provides many visualization and guided meditations that are powerful, which I did notice you have a lot of guided meditations there. Well, in your book, you say, I love this one, it popped out at me. I've discovered that each of us has more strength within us to overcome any obstacle than we realize. We have more power to change our lives than the power we claim, and that we can soar higher than beyond our wildest dreams if only we believe. That gives me goosebumps. I had to pull that up.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, it's definitely something to hear. You know, those words being back, because it validates, you know, the work that I'm doing, you know, and that it's resonating. So I'm grateful that I'm able to help people to shift into a place where they have less pain, where they have less stress and discomfort. But for me, it's really just about allowing people to really reconnect to their truth, to who it is that they are, and know that they are innately powerful beings. And the more that you allow yourself to tap into your greatness, the easier life gets, and the more that you can really shine your light so that you can uplift and shape the world in your own special way. So definitely a gift to hear those words.
Yes, definitely. And it's a ripple effect too, isn't it? You know, when you're lifting your own vibration and connecting with others, because we're all connected.
Absolutely.
It's a ripple effect. And, you know, part of the reason why I'm doing this online summit event and inviting all of the guest speakers to, including yourself, to be here today is so that it just reaches more people. Yeah. So is there anything more that you would like to share with us today?
You know, I think one of the most important things that I have found that helps people to start to claim more for themselves is really I have an acronym that I use. It's the acronym PALM, like a palm tree. And it starts with P, giving yourself permission to really understand what your life is. You know, looking at everything that your life has come. Are you happy with what is surrounding you? Are you happy with the people that are in your life? And are you happy with how you're showing up in the world? And really having the courage to dive into all of those deep aspects of who it is that you are creating and what it is that you're offering the world. And then the A is really bringing an awareness of what it is that you want to create for yourself moving forward, and giving yourself, again, that permission to understand exactly what it is that you want, and knowing that you are here for a purpose, on purpose. So it's definitely your responsibility to step into that sooner than later, so you can show up in a different way, in a more powerful way, for people who are really ready to receive you. And then that brings us to L, loving yourself, loving all of your perceived imperfections. But those imperfections are really the perfection of you and everything that you have experienced to get to this point in time, so that you can achieve all of those things that you're setting out for yourself. And then lastly, tying in with the M, really embracing all of the missing pieces of your life, those parts of you that you have felt like you needed to disown because they weren't the proper way that other people had thought that they should be, or how you should be, but really allowing yourself to embrace the fullness of you so that you can show up, so that you can start to live the life that you were meant to live. So it feels like you don't want to have to escape this life that you have, but it can feel very relaxed and easy, and at ease, because that's how life is designed to be. It's designed to be easy and natural. So the more that you can do that, the easier it's going to be for you to experience that pain-free living.
Oh, I love that. I love those acronyms. PALM. Okay, well, that you've given us a few bits of helpful tips and things to remember. I'm sure that that one's going to stick.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Little too. So there is a free gift that you're offering to the audience. Would you fill us in on what the free gift offer is that you have for us today?
Absolutely. Yes, I would love to gift your audience with 3 free meditations that I have created on shifting from the chaos that you might be experiencing in your life to one of calm. And they're really about returning to yourself, of trusting yourself and your choices, and knowing that you are that powerful creator who can shape the life that you are experiencing. So that's my gift to your audience.
Oh, wow. Okay, awesome. I love meditations myself, so I'll be looking for that. Is there a point like where you came into this that you'd like to share with us today? Like how you got started, or a life lesson that you'd like to leave us with as we head into the end?
Yeah, you know what? It's tying into what we have already been talking about. The way that I have found to really start to live a life that is more on purpose, that is one where you're going to have less pain physically and emotionally, is really to start embracing who it is that you are. And the more that you can connect with your truth and honor that truth and know that you are perfect and beautiful and wonderful just as you are, I think that really helps to set everything else into place, and it will align you up with that greatness that is waiting for you to reach out really and claim all of that. Because so often we say that we want more for ourselves, but we're not clear on what it is that you want. But if you're allowing yourself really to have that permission to dive into who it is that you are, having that clarity of knowing where it is that you're going, and then lastly of having the courage to actually reach out and claim those opportunities when they start to arrive, because they will arrive for you. It's just that we have to have that belief in ourselves that we're worthy and that we're deserving, and that we do deserve all of the great things that are showing up for us. So just allow yourself to believe that you are a powerful being that is worthy of all of the miracles and magic that you can create in your life.
Oh, fantastic. Oh, okay. Well, I want to thank you for joining me today, Krysti. I'm the host of the Pain-Free Living Summit, and it's to learn how to end pain and discover the right treatment for you from our top experts. I really appreciate you taking the time today to join me and to fill us in more in your work and how you came to it. And your gift to the world is just amazing, and the ripple effect, I'm sure, will touch many people. So thanks, Krysti, for today and joining us. And I'd like to say we'll see you in May. Can't wait.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for inviting me. It's definitely a pleasure, and I know that so many people are going to get such tremendous value from the summit that you have created, because it's touching on so many different aspects of someone's life that is so vital, that you really are allowing yourself to take this time. So thank you for creating this.
Oh, thank you, Krysti. Awesome.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Okay, talk to you soon.
All right, take care.
Bye-bye.